Dallas is next up. However, they've traded with the NFC champion San Francisco 49ers. They've traded first-round picks. The Niners are quick to the punch. Dallas gets a third-round pick as well. The Niners had the most picks in the draft, so they could do these things. They started with 13. Now here are the 49ers.
The Dallas Cowboys have traded the 18th pick to the San Francisco 49ers. With the 18th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Eric Reed, defensive back, LSU.
So they were quick to the punch with Reed, who might lift some eyebrows. Not that he's a first rounder, but middle of first round, Mel and John.
Well, he has the computer numbers that wow you over. He's 6'1 1/4. He's 213 pounds. This kid ran a 4.49 at the combine and had a 40.5 vertical. They thought, and I thought, and everybody that was surrounds the LSU program thought he'd be the next LaRon Landry early in his career. I don't think he ever developed into that. I thought he regressed just a bit this past year, but he is a guy who'll hit you. He shows some toughness. I thought he struggled some in coverage at times in the games I viewed. John, though, when you look at the need area the 49ers had, the fact that there was a lot of talk that maybe Cincinnati could look at Eric Reed at pick number 21. The 49ers have a ton of picks that allowed them to move up to get him.
Well, they looked at his tape from 2 years ago. Remember when they had Matthew playing one corner and Morris Claiborne playing the other, Reed was a dominant player. He suffered this year without those two corners. 40.5-inch vertical jump. This kid's got a huge upside. I like this pick for the 49ers.
Trent Baalke's as good as there is, general manager of the 49ers. Deshaun Goldson, remember, is on Tampa Bay. So we lost a safety. They need a safety. We got 13 picks. We like the guy. Let's go do something about it. Is it that easy to do the draft? No, didn't think so.
Well, they lost Deshaun Goldson in free agency to Tampa.
Yep.
Now this might be the guy that they just plug in that spot in the secondary. Is it that simple?
I talked to a bunch of teams today, and San Francisco was working the phones very actively all day long, trying to get up to a point where they could take a safety. And Rich, you hit it on the head. With Deshaun Goldson gone, there's nobody to step in and play. This kid is a big physical safety with great movement skills. Now, again, not a consistent tackler. I wasn't wild about his bowl game against Clemson, especially in the fourth quarter when DeAndre Hopkins took the football game over. But this kid can flat out play, and he will be a wonderful complement to Dante Whitner.
You know, going to that San Francisco 49ers defense, they're going to expect you to step in and have a tough nose and play tough football, because that's what they do in the 49ers organization. But that's what he is. I think it's a good pickup for the 49ers.
And there's Merton Hanks of the league office, formerly of the 49ers secondary. Maybe he's going to make him do the chicken walk with his daughter, one assumes who that is,
and Mike,
coming out on the stage.
I just think schematically, if you look at what they do at LSU and what they're going to ask him to do, how you play the alleys, how you sometimes cover the corner up, how you drop down in the box, this is just a natural fit. Trent Baalke, this is a natural fit for them.
There he is with a young girl out there in Radio City. Neat to share it with family, with the commissioner of the NFL, joining a team that many people think is a favorite to be in this city or this area across the Hudson River, hoisting Lombardi and hopefully maybe not kissing it, because you can have one of those Christmas story type moments.
With the 40th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Cornelius Carradine, defensive end, Florida State.
Well, that strong defense keeps getting better. Tank Carradine out of Florida State, coming off that ACL, but a dynamic playmaker.
He missed the final 2 games at Florida State because of the ACL injury. When he was on the field, again, I thought he was the best defensive lineman for Florida State. Bjorn Werner got drafted in the first round. When healthy, this guy is a first-round talent. I had him up in the top 15 of this year's class before that injury. He's healthy now. He ran well recently at a pro day workout. I love his motor. I love his snap anticipation. He has the ability to bend the edge, but he's also strong. And it's not just about speed in the NFL. In fact, it's so much more important that you can convert speed to power. And that's exactly what Carradine does. I love this pick by the 49ers. Trent Baalke, the GM, continues to find really, really good football players at value everywhere he drafts.
Yeah, he's got bend and bore, Trey. This is a great value pick for Trent Baalke, the 49ers.
And look at the defensive picks they've made already to a defense that was pretty stout. They get Eric Reed on the back end because they lose safety Deshaun Goldson, and now they pick up Tank Carradine off the edge.
Tank Carradine.
Wow. Can they get more people to go hunt the quarterback over there, please?
And this is a pretty talented kid. There are a lot of coaches and personnel people that thought he's got a little more twitchiness to him than his partner on the other side, Bjorn Werner. Now, there were some questions on his medical. He tore his ACL late in the season, but he is a gifted edge rusher. And like Rich said, all he does is add a little bit more to that edge rush ability for San Francisco.
Had the knee injury late in the season, which I think pushed him to where we are now.
Yep.
And I think what would be interesting to watch is what San Francisco does with it, what Vic Fangio does with him. Because remember, Aldon Smith was that combo defensive end stand-up guy. Tank Carradine in this type of defense, to be interesting to see what they have planned for him to get him ready to go. And they think he'll be ready for training camp even after the knee injury.
With the 55th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the 5-time Super Bowl champion winners, San Francisco 49ers, select Vance McDonald, tight end, Rice.
Guy McIntyre with an answer to Merrill Hodges' 6-time Lombardi trophies for Pittsburgh. And you like Vance McDonald.
I really do, Trey, and I know the Niners do too. And here's the Vance McDonald. He's very versatile. Don't forget what the 49ers do. A lot of their offensive system is built around multiple tight ends. And those tight ends be able to be inline blockers, backfield blockers, pass receivers, and get down the field. They have Vernon Davis that can be the move guy. Vance McDonald can now line up as the inline guy, the guy attached to the tackle. His ball skills are totally developed to this point, but it looks like he does have some natural catching instincts. Yep. So you feel like the more opportunity he gets, the better he'll become. Really a great fit for the Niners.
Delaney Walker.
He went to Tennessee.
And that's a big hole because that's a vital part of their offense. Delaney Walker averaged over 16 yards a catch, led the 49ers in that area. He's in Tennessee now. They had a hole with that backup tight end, at number 2 tight end, which is a vital part of their offense. Vance McDonald will have to pick up some of that slack that was a loss with Delaney Walker moving on in free agency.
In a sort of an interesting anomaly, for the second time, the Niners have traded up to get Green Bay's selection, and Green Bay gives them this pick, 88th overall, and they get Corey Lemonois, the defensive end out of Auburn.
Don't call him Corey Lemonier, call him Corey Lemonois.
Yeah, that's
Why
right.
That's his name.
That's his name.
Why not? He went to Auburn doesn't mean he can't be a Lemonois.
Hey, I hear you.
So watch Lemonois get off the ball because this guy's
Beignets for everybody,
man. I like Corey Lemonois. I felt like I was on an island throughout this whole process. He did not have a senior year like he had during his junior year in 2011 when he had 9.5 sacks. But at 6'3", 255 pounds, with a 4.6 40, this guy has explosiveness. He has long arms. He ran a 10-yard split of 1.59, which puts you in the really good, initial burst category. And I think playing with some teammates around him that might actually play hard and some talent around him in San Francisco is going to really rejuvenate this guy, because Auburn was a disaster as a program this past year. And you could tell as the season went on, it was hard to give the kind of effort that he gave in 2011, when I thought he was one of the high motor players in all of college
That's
football.
an understatement, Trent. I mean, they lost 6 games by 17 or more points. They lost 3 games by 38 or more points, yet the kids never stopped hustling.
Put this on the mark it down one, Dilfer. Mark this one.
I hear it. Lemonois. And I'm going to call him the right name, too, when I'm announcing for the Pro Bowl in a few years. Here's the thing. The Niners have the luxury of making picks like this, right? They're already probably, I think they're the best roster in football, but arguably one of the best rosters in football. They need teamers. They need athletic, big bodies that can run down on teams. So you can draft this early for teamers that then you can develop as edge players behind 2 pretty spectacular edge outside back.
Well, that's the thing. They can use you in these spurts like they're going to need them, and they'll come along, and if it works out, great, and if not, it's not a huge pick that they've wasted on them anyway. So this is the luxury of being a San Francisco with Trent Baalke, of being a Seattle with Schneider, of being these guys that understand the organization and how to play
the draft really well over the last couple of years.
That is exactly correct.
San Francisco 49ers just made another trade with Green Bay. They made a trade at the end of the second round where the 49ers took Vance McDonald and the Packers moved down to take Eddie Lacy off the board, the Alabama running back at 61. Corey Lemonois, remember how much fun we had trying to figure out how to pronounce the Auburn linebacker's name? Lemonier. He said it's Lemonois. Either way, he's a San Francisco 49er, Mike Mayock.
And again, fits what they do, and kind of a somewhat conflicted pick in the sense that his talent would be a late 1 to mid 2.